Good afternoon and happy Monday to all of your sunshiny faces. It's afternoon. It still feels pretty early though. It's like 2:30, almost 3 o'clock-ish. And it still feels early for today, guys. I got so much stuff done already this morning. I didn't wake up super early, again, maybe about 9 o'clock or so, and I went to bed a little bit earlier last night than I had been going to sleep. Like over this weekend was a little wacky, but I still was up at 9 o'clock, so it wasn't noon or anything like that. I would like to get up earlier. I think 7 o'clock would be early, 8 o'clock would be ideal. 9 o'clock is kind of like no later than 9 o'clock. So yeah, it was, I guess, a good, at least average day. But I watched 2 episodes of, I told you guys, that show I found on the Science Channel. I think it's called Unearthed. And they have both of the seasons, I guess, all 2 seasons on their on their website, and so I went there and was streaming that today. It's like if you sign in through your provider, and so we have AT&T, so that's what I watched it through. And so I watched the first 2 episodes of that, and had my coffee and my breakfast. I had bagel and cream cheese, had my coffee, which I made myself iced coffee because it's actually supposed to be decently warm this week. Like, I think it's actually might snow on Thursday. It's supposed to be like 40s as a high, but I think like maybe later in the afternoon it might snow, or early in the morning or something like that. But I did see a snowflake for Thursday. But the rest of this week, for the most part, looks like it's going to be like 50s as an average, kind of. I'm not sure about the weekend, but I just know like through the most of this week it looked like 50s. So that's pretty good. For tonight, for dinner, I'm going to make BLTs. And then I think too, for me and Matthew's girlfriend's coming over because they didn't watch Walking Dead last night because Matthew had to work. So they're going to watch it tonight. And so she's coming over, and she doesn't eat meat. She only eats, well, she's not a vegetarian. She eats chicken. But since she won't eat the bacon, I was planning on making myself for dinner tonight grilled cheese, because I've got some provolone cheese and I got my good bread, so I was just gonna make some of those probably for myself tonight. And I was like, I wonder if we had tomato soup, but I don't think we do, because I honestly, guys, do not like tomato soup. The only way I like it is with grilled cheese sandwiches. My grandma used to make them all the time, and she called them toasted cheese sandwiches. And so I'd always have like either half or like a whole thing of like a grilled cheese, and then normally like the Campbell's tomato soup, like whenever I'd go over to her house, because that was like one of the few things my grandma could cook. She really couldn't like cook, so she could warm up soup and, you know, toast bread pretty much. That was what she could do. So whenever I went over there, it was just like a staple. And that's like, I don't like tomato soup by itself, but I love it with what's it called, with grilled cheese. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do for tonight. And I uploaded 6 vlogs already. They were the only ones left that I had edited already, left on my computer. So I uploaded all those today. I'm going to edit probably after I'm done eating. I'm going to have lunch now, which I know it's like a late lunch. But again, I kind of finished my breakfast a little late. And my coffee too. I didn't finish my coffee until like maybe about 2 hours ago. So yeah, I kind of just like let my coffee like linger through the morning. But I did, oh my goodness, guys, I got all of the laundry in the house done. Every single laundry basket's empty. I also went through all the socks that didn't have matches and tried to match as many up as possible, because we have a bag of miscellaneous socks, guys, just of random unmatching socks and stuff like that. And some of them are honestly super, super old. But what I'm thinking about doing is maybe convincing Jack to go on a scavenger hunt once he gets home from school and try and see if he can't find any random sock that might be laying around on a bedroom floor or something like that, and try and convince him to go searching for them. All of my socks, honestly, guys, I leave in my my bedroom closet, even if they don't have matches, because I know they're mine. But there's so many pairs that are like my mom's or my dad's or Matthew or Jack's socks or whatever, and so like when it's like 4 people's socks that are all don't have matches, it accumulates very quickly. Mine, like I said, I only have like 2 kind of, or no, I guess like 3 pairs of, or different brands of ankle socks. I have maybe 4, I guess. I have 1 pair of Under Armour, which are like different colored ones. So obviously I can find the matches to those easy. And then I also have like athletic socks from Target. And then I have a pair of Hanes, I think. They're like, have like pink on them, so I can distinguish them from a lot easier from other people's socks. And then also just a pair of like ankle socks with like the kind of grayish kind of color to like the heel. And so those are like, I also have like fluffy socks and like some other pairs of socks and things like that, but for the most part I have just those ones. And so if like one is like missing or something like that, you know, I can figure out like, okay, well, one's missing, but you know, I for the most part don't really have missing socks. I don't know how that's possible. Honestly, sometimes too, like if it gets a hole in the sock, what I'll end up doing is throwing that one away, and then if like another pair of the same sock ends up winding up with a hole in it, I'll throw that one away, and then the 2 pairs that had the holes in them will then have a matching pair because I got rid of both of those. So that might be like really the only way, but for the most part I'm surprised. I don't have a lot of missing socks personally. And it's weird though too, because when my dad was doing laundry, it seemed like all my pairs of socks went missing, but now that I do my own, or like everybody else's laundry, I haven't noticed that my socks go missing. And like Matthew and Jack too, they leave their socks laying around all the time. The puppies wind up getting them. I always too, when I put my socks in the laundry, fold them back together, and I think that prevents a lot of socks from going missing, so that they don't, like when you put them in the laundry, if you have one sock and another sock, like maybe it falls out of the basket or winds up getting separated from his partner and then winds up going missing, and then you only have one sock. And so I think honestly this prevented a lot of my socks from going missing. So I did that. I matched up all the pairs of socks. I did laundry, like I said, emptied all the laundry baskets. I did a load of dishes as well, and got 1 load of laundry. I actually don't have enough clothes, dirty clothes right now, to actually do a whole nother load. So I'm actually like completely caught up. I have like some white or like lights, I guess, to wash, but I don't even have enough for a full load, so I want to wait until I do. And then I have a couple of things for warms, and other than that I really don't, there's like not enough to actually do a full load. I could like wash maybe a blanket or 2. I know that there's a red blanket that was in the living room the puppies were laying on, so I was like, maybe I could wash that along with the couple of red things that we have. But for the most part, guys, I'm like all caught up with laundry. And like I said too, with the vlogs and everything like that. So I used my planner too today, guys, and what I'm planning on doing and stuff like that. And I was already, again, able to check laundry off the list, able to check dishes off the list. I might do another load tonight. I also got the chicken that I bought for this week to make freezer dinners in the slow cooker, so I'm going to pre-cook that and then make it with the dishes that I'm planning on doing, which is I'm going to do like an Alfredo pasta bake, and then also a just like regular like tomato sauce like pasta bake as well, with chicken in it. So yeah, it should be a pretty quick recipe both ways. All I've got to do is just cook the spaghetti, and I've got 2 boxes of spaghetti, then I'm going to split up by four bags of pasta, and then I've got like what's it called, the sauce and the bell peppers I cut up yesterday, and yeah, I got like just maybe a couple little things here and there that I got to do like for the house, I guess, like cooking, baking, things like that. I also need to make a couple of my other freezer dinners. I got this stuff for the chili, and then also the stuff to make the extra butternut squash lentil soups. Other than that, guys, I really don't have anything else that I need to like get done, with the exception of now I need to focus on my blog stuff. The stuff for this week like kind of taken care of, which is awesome. Or like, I guess most of the cooking things and stuff like that, because the freezer dinners will be a little bit more difficult, I think, to make. But overall, guys, I am so happy with what I was able to get done already, and it's only 3 o'clock. So guys, it is about 10 o'clock right now, and I am tired. I want to go to bed, guys. Later this afternoon, we took actually all the dogs for a walk, me and my mom, which wasn't like, we didn't go around the block. We actually walked down the other block, which is like 2 blocks long, even though it's technically only a block. It's like double our size block. It's a lot longer. So we walked down there with the dogs, and my mom had the puppies and I had Bliss, which I had her on her gentle leader, and she was no problem to walk at all. The puppies too, they saw there was a German Shepherd in a yard Bliss totally fine. There was a lady coming out of her house. Bliss was totally fine. Puppies started barking at the German Shepherd, started barking at the lady, started barking at a bush. They started barking at a flagpole. They started barking at a squirrel. They literally were barking at every single little thing. It was so annoying. They did like fine almost halfway down the block, and then they started barking at the lady. Then we ended up deciding we weren't going to walk down the back side of the block because I think there's a couple dogs that live back there anyway. And there was somebody that was coming out of there, like they parked like on the street or something like that, and like are like further down their driveway, and so they were like coming in and out of their car. Like we saw them like twice, so we were like, okay, let's just go like back, because I don't know why, but that house, whenever they park there, they always wind up blocking the sidewalk, and so like you can never walk down the sidewalk on that, like the back side of that block. So anyways, yeah, they were just a mess. But I mean, we don't take them, and like haven't taken them on a lot of walks, but because they were so little still, like we really couldn't take them on walks, and we also didn't have a really good option for taking them on a walk with their like what's it called, their like leashes. We didn't have collars for them, or we did have collars for them, but then you guys know they had the whole collar problem. And then two, it was difficult because we didn't have a double leash, which is what we have now, and we can take both of them at the same time. So like my mom had both of them, and they don't get wrapped up in it and everything like that, because they would, oh my gosh guys, they were tripping and stumbling all over me and like themselves and stuff like that. And Bliss is like totally fine. Like the one thing that she does though, because we have the gentle leader, which goes like right over her nose and then like straps around like her neck, but like because whenever she pulls, when I have it attached, whenever she pulls, it moves her nose back down. So if she's trying to pull away from me, she is gently corrected, which is why it's called the gentle leader, to, you know, come back and face back the way that we're supposed to be walking. The one thing she does all the time though is tries to paw it off of her face, and so she gets distracted, but she walks really well. Honestly, I don't know that I've really ever had a dog that's like done that well. But if she didn't have that on, she would have pulled me down the block, honestly, guys. The puppies though, I mean, they were nuts. So yeah, it was a little bit, not stressful, but like trying to corral them and everything like that was just, oh my gosh. Yeah, so anyways though, we ended up doing that, and then I made my 4 freezer dinners as well that for this week. So I got all that taken care of, and I got another load of dishes done too, because I had actually more dishes than even another load of dishes will hold in the dishwasher, because like my mom cooked yesterday. Whenever she cooks, she seems like she dirties every pot and pan in the house, and so I had a lot of dishes I had to do from her cooking yesterday, and then on top of that, my cooking today, which I didn't, I guess I dirtied a little bit more because I had to use the crock pot, and I was making pasta, 4 pasta bakes, so I had to make spaghetti, which I used 1 pot and just made spaghetti 2 boxes, but I made them separate because I was making one and one the other. So anyways though, I just didn't want to like have problems splitting the bag or the pasta, so I just did it all together. And then I used something else too. I used a big like mixing bowl to mix all the ingredients together, and then I pour them into a bag that I use a pitcher. I put a pitcher, like the bag in a pitcher, the like freezer bag, guys, I can't even form words right now. The freezer bag, I put it in a pitcher and then pour the contents from the mixing bowl into the pitcher, and then it's easy that way. I don't like have to like try and hold it and pour it, and it's spilling everywhere and stuff like that, like all at the same time. It works really well. I know they have like some type of appliance that like holds the bag open for you, which is kind of nice, but I've noticed that I can do the exact same thing in a pitcher, and it works really well. And we have it already. So we have like, it actually was for, my mom had a like iced tea maker, and so it's actually like a larger, like wider pitcher instead of like a smaller pitcher, so it actually I think works a little bit better for like that, instead of just like a normal size pitcher. But regardless, guys, I made those freezer dinners. I watched the Bulls game, and I didn't really get any vlogs edited tonight though, because I was trying to finish up the freezer dinners. So yeah, it's 10 o'clock though, but guys, I am beat for today. I did so much stuff. The only thing that I didn't get done on my list for today was editing, but I'll hopefully be able to get to that tomorrow. So anyways, though, I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give it a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe. And bravo, we'll see you guys all tomorrow, right? What is that? You really barking at something? Anyways, bye guys!